turn to section 4.
You will hear lecturer talking about how global rankings impact university choices.
First, you have some time to look at question 31 to 40. Now listen carefully and answer question 31 to 40.
In today's highly competitive academic landscape, global university rankings play a significant role in shaping the choices of prospective students and their families. These rankings provide a standardized evaluation of institutions based on various factors, such as academic reputation, research output, faculty qualifications, and international diversity. One of the primary ways rankings influence university choices is by serving as a benchmark for academic quality. Students often perceive highly ranked universities as offering superior education and better opportunities for career advancement. Employers, too, tend to favor graduates from top-ranked institutions, which further increases their appeal. Rankings thus create a feedback loop where prestige attracts top talent, enhancing the institution's reputation and rankings even further. Rankings also influence international student mobility. Many students prioritize universities with higher global visibility, believing that these institutions will provide better networking opportunities and access to global resources. For example, universities in countries such as the United States, the United Kingdom, and Australia, which consistently rank high, see a large influx of international students each year. However, the focus on rankings has its downsides. Institutions may prioritize improving ranking metrics over addressing the actual needs of students. For example, they might focus on publishing more research papers to enhance their scores and research output, even if this has little direct impact on the quality of undergraduate education. Furthermore, an overemphasis on rankings can overlook equally important factors, such as student satisfaction, campus culture, and affordability. For students, relying solely on rankings can lead to a narrow perspective. Factors like field-specific strengths, financial considerations, and personal preferences often hold greater importance for individual success than the university's overall rank. While global university rankings provide valuable insights and help students identify reputable institutions, they should not be the sole determinant in choosing a university. Prospective students must balance rankings with their own goals, preferences, and needs to make informed and meaningful decisions.
That is the end of section 4. Now, you have half a minute to check your answers. Now turn to section 4.
You will hear lecturer talking about STEM education for girls, breaking barriers.
First, you have some time to look at question 31 to 40. Now listen carefully and answer question 31 to 40.
In recent years, there has been an increasing focus on promoting science, technology, engineering, and mathematics (STEM) education for girls. Despite significant progress, gender disparities persist in these fields, with women being underrepresented in many STEM careers. Tackling this issue requires addressing societal stereotypes, providing mentorship opportunities, and fostering inclusive learning environments. One of the primary barriers to girls' participation in STEM is the prevalence of gender stereotypes. From a young age, many girls are subtly discouraged from pursuing interests in science and mathematics, often being steered towards traditionally feminine roles. This bias perpetuates the notion that STEM fields are male-dominated. Dissuading girls from exploring their full potential, mentorship plays a pivotal role in breaking these barriers. Female role models in STEM provide inspiration and proof that success in these fields is achievable. Programs like Women in Engineering and Girls Who Code have made significant strides in encouraging girls to envision themselves as engineers, scientists, and technologists. Mentorship also helps combat imposter syndrome, a common challenge for women entering male-dominated fields. Educational institutions must also play their part by creating inclusive and supportive learning environments. This includes revising curricula to highlight the contributions of women in STEM, organizing workshops to spark interest in scientific careers, and investing in extracurricular activities like robotics clubs and coding boot camps. Scholarships and grants specifically targeting girls can further alleviate financial constraints and open doors to STEM education. The benefits of closing the gender gap in STEM are enormous. Diversity in these fields fosters innovation, as a variety of perspectives can lead to more creative solutions. Furthermore, equipping girls with STEM skills prepares them for high-demand careers, empowering them economically and contributing to global development. Breaking barriers in STEM education for girls is not only a matter of gender equity but also a necessity for progress in science and technology. By challenging stereotypes, providing mentorship, and creating inclusive spaces, we can pave the way for a future where girls thrive in STEM fields.
That is the end of Section 4. Now, you have half a minute to check your answers. Now turn to Section 4.
You will hear lecturer talking about the role of virtual reality in vocational training.
First, you have some time to look at question 31 to 40. Now listen carefully and answer question 31 to 40.
Virtual reality, VR, has emerged as a transformative tool in vocational training, offering immersive, interactive, and practical learning experiences. By simulating real-world scenarios, VR allows trainees to develop hands-on skills in a safe and controlled environment. Its applications span industries such as healthcare, construction, aviation, and manufacturing, revolutionizing how vocational education is delivered and experienced. One significant advantage of VR in vocational training is its ability to simulate complex or hazardous environments. For example, aspiring pilots can practice in virtual cockpits, experiencing various flight conditions without the risks associated with real-life training. Similarly, construction workers can be trained in handling heavy machinery, navigating safety protocols, and responding to emergencies without endangering themselves or others. Another benefit is the cost-effectiveness of VR. Traditional vocational training often requires expensive equipment, materials, and facilities. By replacing physical setups with virtual simulations, institutions can significantly reduce costs while providing high-quality training. Moreover, VR enables remote learning, allowing trainees from different locations to access standardized training modules without needing to travel. VR also enhances skill retention and engagement. Studies show that interactive learning methods improve memory and understanding compared to passive techniques like lectures or videos. In VR-based training, users actively participate in scenarios, learning by doing and receiving immediate feedback. This fosters better comprehension and boosts confidence as trainees refine their skills in real time. Despite its numerous advantages, there are challenges to implementing VR in vocational training. High upfront costs for developing VR content and purchasing hardware can be prohibitive for smaller institutions. Additionally, ensuring the technology is accessible to all learners, including those with disabilities, requires thoughtful design and innovation. Looking ahead, advancements in VR technology promise even greater integration into vocational education. As hardware becomes more affordable and content development more streamlined, VR is likely to become a staple in training programs across industries. This technology holds the potential to democratize vocational education, equipping individuals with the skills needed to thrive in a rapidly evolving job market. In conclusion, virtual reality is revolutionizing vocational training by providing safe, cost-effective, and engaging learning experiences. By overcoming current challenges, it has the potential to shape the future of workforce development, making training more efficient, accessible, and impactful.
That is the end of Section 4. Now, you have half a minute to check your answers. Now turn to Section 4.
You will hear lecturer talking about the rise of homeschooling in the post-pandemic era.
First, you have some time to look at question 31 to 40. Now listen carefully and answer question 31 to 40.
The COVID-19 pandemic brought seismic changes to education, with one of the most significant shifts being the rise of homeschooling. What was once a niche educational choice has now gained widespread acceptance as families reassess their priorities, educational philosophies, and the long-term impacts of traditional schooling systems. Homeschooling provides families with unparalleled flexibility, allowing parents to tailor educational content to their child's unique needs and learning pace. This approach fosters individualized attention, which is often lacking in overcrowded classrooms. Moreover, homeschooling encourages a deeper engagement in subjects that spark the child's interest. Cultivating a love for learning that extends beyond rigid curricula, one of the driving factors behind this rise is the increasing availability of online resources. Virtual classrooms, e-learning platforms, and digital tools have revolutionized the homeschooling landscape, making it more accessible and effective. Parents can now access a plethora of free and paid resources, including video tutorials, interactive simulations, and collaborative platforms for group learning. The pandemic also highlighted the challenges of traditional schooling, such as inconsistent teaching quality, bullying, and inadequate support for students with special needs. Homeschooling, for many families, emerged as a solution to these issues. It offers a safe and nurturing environment while allowing parents to address their child's educational, emotional, and social development comprehensively. However, homeschooling is not without its challenges. It requires significant parental involvement, time, and effort, which may not be feasible for all families. Socialization is another concern, as children need opportunities to interact with peers and develop interpersonal skills. Many homeschooling families address this by participating in co-ops, extracurricular activities, and local community events. As homeschooling continues to rise, governments and educational institutions are beginning to recognize its potential and address regulatory gaps. By offering support in the form of standardized assessments, curriculum guidelines, and subsidies for educational materials, they can ensure that homeschooled children receive a quality education. The post-pandemic era has brought homeschooling into the mainstream, driven by its adaptability, focus on personalized learning, and the accessibility of digital tools. While challenges remain, homeschooling has proven to be a viable and enriching alternative to traditional schooling.
That is the end of Section 4. Now, you have half a minute to check your answers.